Today, we'll go on location for our very first look at Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer and run down all of the big changes.
Plus, Star Wars The Old Republic, a hands-on demo of Twisted Pixel's The Gunstringer, and Dance Central 2. X-Play starts right now.
Hello and welcome to X-Play. I'm Adam Sessler.
And I am Morgan Webb. I mean, who'd you expect, Leo Laporte?
More like Carmine Gallo. Coming up on today's show, we'll show you what it takes to be the Xbox Director of Programming, a.k.a. Major Nelson, and will work for games. Then Alex Imwise talks Star Wars The Old Republic with a guy who is very familiar with the MMO, BioWare's Dr. Greg Zeschuk.
Plus, we're going to go hands-on with Xbox Live's new ESPN app, which is a godsend for college football fans. And later, we're going to preview Dance Central 2, which includes a ton of features not in the original game, like dance battles. Adam, I challenge you to a dance battle.
But first, it's time to obsess over strike packages and dog tags.
Everybody buys Call of Duty and plays the campaign, but really, they stay for the multiplayer. There have been over 18 million map packs for Black Ops sold so far, so you can do the math.
Infinity Ward has big plans for the multiplayer in Modern Warfare 3, and I went on location for all the details.
Let's do this.
So this is the big reveal for the multiplayer,
Yes.
Modern Warfare 3. There was a lot of things that were detailed. The big one, I think, being the strike packages.
Strike packages completely revamp how you choose your kill streak system. So the kill streak before was inherently focused on that player who was all about high kill death ratio. It was all about getting killed. So now it's all a point system, so a kill is worth a point. Capping a flag is worth a point. Blowing up a dom site is worth a point.
Securing C.
It's individual point streak system, just how you remember the kill streak. The only difference now is instead of just getting kill after kill after kill, you're getting points from objectives, from assists, and from kills.
Those points will unlock unique rewards based on which of the 3 strike packages you choose.
Your assault package, which is very much how you remember it from MW2, is focused on getting you more kills, where the support package is all about that team player, throwing up like advanced UAV,
UAV online.
things that give you more situational awareness. And then the 4 strike package, completely unique, and the fact that it doesn't give you any gear or air support at all, it actually comes in the form of perks by allowing you to unlock new perks as you get more kills.
UAV recon standing by.
So it really allows you to customize what rewards are available to you based on your play style.
You'll also be able to customize your favorite instrument of death with a new progressive ranking system for weapons.
You rank up individual weapons just like you do your character. So this allows you to specialize in that weapon by unlocking attachments, camos, and the brand new thing to Modern Warfare 3, weapon proficiencies. And what that allows you to do is assign a special ability to that weapon. So maybe less flinch or less kick that gives me better accuracy in the long run.
But also there's a new mode.
Kill confirmed.
Kill confirmed.
So you can't just kill the opponent, you have to also grab his dog tags.
That completely changes the mentality of Team Deathmatch, because now you can't just sit back and be picking guys off. Because if you're not getting out there, getting in the fight, picking up those dog tags, you'll never win the match.
Kill confirmed.
Because getting the dog tag and confirming the kill is the only thing that gives you a point to victory. You're still getting XP for getting the kill, but you're not advancing your team's goal to victory.
We've taken the lead. Good work, comrades. Get ready for the next round.
All right, so the amount of people you actually shoot in a Call of Duty game is staggering.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, after a while, your enemies just kind of turn into nameless cannon fodder.
But there are a few legendary heroes in war games. We are counting down the top 5 video game soldiers in today's X List, brought to you by KFC Popcorn Chicken.
Delicious. Coming in at number 5 is Private James Ramirez from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Now, he may not be as flashy as Price and Soap, but he did save the White House and Burger Town.
Our number 4 pick is Commander Shepard. She doesn't take orders from anybody, including the Council, which totally got wiped out. But let's be real, they deserved it.
They did. Them Shep is hot, by the way. Coming in at number 3 is Bill Mad Dog Riser and Lance Scorpion Bean from Contra. Now, if those names don't sound badass to you, something is wrong with you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Our number 2 pick is Master Chief. I'm still not entirely clear on the specifics of what happened in the first Halo trilogy, but it was heroic as all hell.
Very much so. I also agree. What was that?
I don't know.
What was that game about? But our number 1 video game soldier is Solid Snake. You know, he only managed to save the world from a nuclear war a few times.
Yeah.
Plus, he's really fond of cardboard boxes, which I appreciate. Yes, yes.
All of this talk about Call of Duty and soldiers makes me want to shoot someone more than I normally do.
Which is a lot. Good thing Adam's standing by with a hands-on demo of the new Kinect game from Twisted Pixel, the Gunstringer.
The Gunstringer comes to you from the warped minds at Twisted Pixel, creators of Missplosion Man and Comic Jumper. This Wild West Kinect title puts you in control of a vengeful marionette that shoots first and asks questions later. Get ready for one heck of a gunfight. I'm happy to be joined by Jay Stuckwish from Twisted Pixel Games, obviously one of our favorite. I don't think we can call you indie anymore, can we?
I think you kind of still can.
All right, then
Yeah,
one of
why
my
not?
favorite indie studios.
Right.
This for the Gunstringer, which at least from what I've seen, looks like one of the most complex and sort of ambitious of the Kinect games out there. I mean, is that what you guys set out to do?
When Kinect first came out, you know, we thought, oh, okay, really cool new technology here. Let's see what we can do with this, kind of push the boundaries with it. So we kind of wanted to give people a different experience with the gameplay, you know, versus kind of what they're used to right now with what's out with Kinect.
What's kind of the story? What are all the trappings of Gunstringer?
The Gunstringer is an undead marionette cowboy, you know, your typical Old West character. He was part of a posse that shot him in the back and left him for dead in the desert. And so you, as his puppeteer, literally pull him from the grave as the story begins, and you set out on this vengeance trail to take out your old posse that wronged you.
Now, obviously, the game's like a shooter, and the way that the reticle seems to be moving across the screen is kind of reminiscent of Child of Eden, Res, where you're kind of identifying your targets and then you're shooting them. How are you handling that with your hands in front of the Kinect?
Our programmers worked tirelessly to really fine-tune those gesture controls, and you know, they really went in there and made sure, like, when you're working, you can do slight hand movements and the reticle will follow just those slight hand movements. So you can be very precise with your shots, or you can just be very broad and paint over all of your targets. And then with a recoil at the elbow, you'll fire on all the targets that you've locked on.
This is also kind of being presented to the player as if it's a stage play.
Within the game, all of the adversaries are puppets or puppet-like creatures, toys, backgrounds are paper mache props and things like that.
The game is coming out in the next couple of days, but DLC is something that you've already committed to.
Yeah, we're really excited. A couple things, actually. For the low price point, the game is $39.99, which is great, and with that is included Fruit Ninja Connect, which is a great game. You'll get a download token for that, as well as free DLC for the Gunstringer called the Wavy Tube Man Chronicles. And as you'll probably see in some upcoming footage, it's quite different from what we've normally done, and we're really proud of it and excited to show this off.
So the Gunstringer is coming out tomorrow, obviously only for the 360 and only with Kinect.
Right, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we'll be in stores, local retailers, so check it out. We're excited to see it there.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Adam.
All right, let's send it over to Blair.
My arms are going to be so tired, but I'll still play it. Thank you, Adam. Coming up on X-Play, we're going to shake our moneymakers and preview another Kinect game, Dance Central 2. Plus, we're going to show you why the ESPN app for Xbox Live is a great way to watch college football. And also on the way, a guy you might recognize if you own an Xbox 360. We'll be right back.
Hi, it's Larry here of Xbox Live's Major Nelson. Coming up tonight on X-Play, me. How do I know? I just told you via Twitter.
Do you think it's safe? X-List is brought to you by KFC Popcorn Chicken. Today tastes so good.
If you want to hear what I really think about games while secretly nursing a hangover, check out Sessler's Soapbox. New episodes go up every Tuesday at g4tv.com/soapbox.
Companies don't merely fall back on advertising to communicate information to their customers. They interact with the community and listen to their feedback. And that's what Major Nelson does for Microsoft. He is the director of programming and the face of the Xbox 360. Find out what that's like in Will Work for Games.
Hi, I'm Larry Herb, Xbox Live's Major Nelson. and I will work for games.
No company has a spokesperson quite like Larry Herb, also known as Major Nelson. The Xbox Live veteran is on call 24 hours a day to help you with your gaming needs. When it comes to someone this busy, the question really is, what doesn't he do?
I have a blog at majornelson.com. I have a podcast, a weekly podcast that I post, and of course you can see me every Thursday on Majors Minute on the console on Inside Xbox. Welcome to this week's Majors Minute. Now beyond that, I'm responsible for a lot of elements of communicating with the community and telling them what's going on with the process of, how Xbox Live is doing.
Nelson says it's tough to say exactly when he became a superhero.
How did I become Major Nelson? I get that question often, and it's kind of hard to pin down. There's a few things that happened. I joined the Xbox team in 2003, and that was towards the end of the original Xbox life cycle, and right before we were about to launch the Xbox 360. And it was at that point when blogs were coming onto the scene, and I realized that, hey, you know what, Xbox should have this. So I wanted to be part of that conversation.
Major Nelson gets up at the crack of dawn to bring you important news.
So I get up at 5:30, and I usually start going through my feeds and see what kind of news hit in the overnight. And then I'll start tweeting what's new on the Xbox Live marketplace. I'll get my blog posts up. People come to me to find out what new demos are available. And then, of course, there's you layer in some news and some announcements that we'll be having perhaps on any particular day, and I'm communicating that out as well.
Believe it or not, Larry comes from the alien world of terrestrial broadcasting.
My background is in communication. I spent 15 years at Clear Channel in radio. So I did radio, I of course did some television. So I did all sorts of a variety of things, and it all gets down to communication, and what also is the subtext there, which is storytelling.
We know a lot of you are wondering, how do I become Major Nelson? The answer may not be what you want to hear, but it's sound advice.
What I tell people is follow your heart, and that's what I did. I love the field of communications, which is a lot of what I do. I love the field of gaming. That is certainly a lot of what I do. I love technology, and that kind of brings everything together.
If you want a fancy job in video games, and really, who doesn't, just check out G4 University. We've got interviews and Q&As with all kinds of industry pros. Just hit up g4tv.com/gamejobs. One job I'd like to have? Running BioWare. That way I get to play Star Wars The Old Republic now, instead of waiting like some freaking commoner. Guess I'll just have to settle for the latest dirt that Alex Simwise was able to pry from BioWare's Dr. Greg.
So, I was here at Gamescom 2 years ago, and Star Wars Old Republic was in production then, so has this been a long game in development?
Yeah, it is. MMOs typically are very, very large, involved games. Something like this that's online, all over the world, thousands of people, very, very technically complex, and also, we wanted to get the game right, so we tested a lot, played a lot, and verified it's really, really good.
Okay, so obviously working with the Star Wars franchise, you're working with an iconic franchise, it's very well known. So has there been any challenges within that, making the game?
Not hugely. It's been really great working with LucasArts, our partners in this. One thing we've done is we're working in a time frame before the movies, like thousands of years before the movies, so we have a lot of latitude in what we can create. So we actually are able to choose a time called the Time of the Old Republic, which has lots of Sith, lots of Jedi, galactic conflict, so a lot of things going on that make it a very exciting time period.
So far, what are your favourite parts of the game that you've made?
There's a lot of really cool things. One thing we're showing right now is something called Operations. That's our version of a raid. So they're 8 to 16 player kind of missions where you all go down. And what's interesting about that, when we do our sort of multiplayer stuff, it's very story driven still. So we actually have multiplayer conversations and stories that occur, collectively among the entire group. So it's really, really exciting to actually be able to share those stories. And on top of that, we have things like PvP matches, and what we're throwing here at Gamescom, something called Hut Ball, which is like a sports or a game within a game where the Huts created this arena, and they have these different teams trying to carry a ball to either end. But of course, it's full contact with pits of acid and fiery explosions. So you try and stop the other team and get the ball the other end with lots of lethal action. So it's very, very fun.
So what's the release date for this game?
We're not talking about that.
Okay, you will tell me the release date.
I would, but Darth Wong is sitting behind me. He's my PR handler. He will knife me with his lightsaber if I do. So even with your powers, I can't pull that one off.
My Jedi powers are not strong enough.
I'm not to be Darth Wong.
After the break, something for the bros and something for the ladies. We'll go hands-on with the new ESPN app for Xbox Live and preview Dance Central 2. All that and more right after this.
Or go to g4tv.com/Bomb Patrol for exclusive videos and much more.
Hey, bro, you know it's awesome.
Sports, bro.
Damn right.
Sports!
Also awesome, Xbox 360.
I need to lift some weights, bro. And take money from boosters.
If you love sports and your Xbox, then you're really gonna love the ESPN app for Xbox Live. Sports. I love them, and I need my sports all the time, anytime. Only ESPN can help with that.
We've always believed that Xbox is the best place to play games on your television, and we're really starting to take big steps towards making the Xbox the best place to watch sports on your television.
ESPN on Xbox Live wants to be the only destination for instant access to all sports. It is the worldwide leader, after all.
Well, first thing we talk about is a great feature we call the mini guide. This is the perfect place for you to simply keep watching the video that you're watching, but be able to pull up and see what you might want to watch to next, and simply scroll over. You can see what's going to play, hit, and then jump into that video.
For an even more personalized touch, there's My Sport, where fans can pick what specifically they're interested in.
We really wanted to give our users the best way for them to tell us what are their favorite sports, what are their favorite teams, and what are their favorite ESPN shows, and give them a quick way to access that. And I've already added a couple of mine. I got the Seattle Mariners, college football, and the Mike and Mike show. If I click on the Seattle Mariners, I'm looking at only Seattle Mariner highlights. I click over to the college football, again this fall, live college football games, or the Mike and Mike show to see what's been latest added in the last couple of days from Mike and Mike.
It is important to mention that your internet provider must have ESPN 3 in order to watch all these college football games. Look into that. ESPN on Xbox Live is available now. When I need my sports fix, I never have to leave my Xbox again. Like that was gonna happen anyway.
Okay, now for something a little different.
Sports!
Dance Central was the best reason to buy Kinect, and Harmonix has big things in store for the sequel. New multiplayer modes, boss battles, and complete voice control. Get all the details in this preview. Dance Central 2 won't be hitting living rooms for another month, so we went straight to Harmonix's John Drake for all the latest info on this year's most anticipated dance simulator.
Dance Central 2 is a sequel to the best-selling dance game on Kinect, Dance Central. The biggest thing is simultaneous multiplayer, so now you get to play with one of your friends, more music than ever before, so over 40 songs, and you can import your entire library in the tradition of our fine rock band games for over 100 songs available at launch, and it's the best dance game money can buy.
Harmonix has also revealed other new features that make full use of the Kinect's abilities.
We're using what I think is probably the most underutilized cool feature of the Kinect, which is voice commands. Xbox, slow down. We've used voice commands inside of Dance Central 2 in a really cool way. From the main menu, you can actually say, Xbox, play song, and jump right into a song on any difficulty and any mode of the game. Xbox, play song. And my favorite is actually inside of Break It Down, our tutorial mode. You can tell the Xbox to slow down, to speed up, to skip around different moves, and most importantly, to record video, which is a cool new way to see yourself on screen.
And no dancing game would be complete without a battle for dance supremacy.
So Dance Battle in Dance Central 1 was a trade-off mode where you sort of jump in and out. And Dance Battle in Dance Central 2, we've revised that to work with a simultaneous multiplayer. And the coolest thing is that instead of freestyle sections, we actually have a new game called Free For All. It's a little mini game where you play against your friend and try to capture as many of the moves that are coming up on screen as possible.
Not bad.
It saves us from having to judge who the better freestyle dancer is and give you points for that. And it also gives you a cool little way in the middle of the routine to take a break and play a really fun competitive game and gain an advantage against your friends.
Plus, always remember, practice makes perfect, so be sure to put some sweat into the game's upgraded rehearsal sessions.
You actually can now create a custom practice session where you get to practice just the moves you want to practice. You can jump around. It was a big thing that our fans had asked. They didn't want to play through the entire routine every time just to learn it. They wanted to focus on one trouble move and slow it down. We've made that possible in Dance Central 2. If you want to get a good workout, you want to jump in and bust a sweat and learn some cool moves, that hard on Dance Central 2 is the way to go.
We look forward to beating the beat with our feet when Dance Central 2 comes out on October 25th. Tomorrow on X-Play, lock and load because we've got a brutally honest review of the new shooter Body Count. Plus, grab a friend because we'll go on location for a look at Modern Warfare 3's cooperative game mode, Spec Ops. Then Kristen Adams has a cheat that'll help you score trophies in Infamous 2. And if you're a fan of Xbox indies, you'll definitely be yelling WTF when we show you some ridiculous downloadable titles from Silver Dollar Games. All that and more, don't miss it.
Plus, the always trying X-Play inbox.
Why do we even open that thing?
Well, because it's there.
Okay,
and
good. One answer.
Yeah, well,
Is that all you got?
Pandora had luck with boxes, and so we decided, hey, let's follow in suit because we're like, people of Greek myth and legend. We aspire on this show ever so often.
I don't know why I asked.
On the money
Thanks
machine.
for watching X-Play.